This is the R8. Audi's first proper supercar is a faithful rendition of its Le Mans concept shown at the Frankfurt show back in 2003. It has all the right credentials: head-turning style, powerful mid-mounted V8, 187 mph top speed, 0 to 62 in under 5 seconds, and a £76,000 price tag. That may sound like a lot for an Audi, but we're in rarefied company here. Porsche, Aston Martin, Ferrari all charge a lot more for a car of this specification. Can the Audi cut it against the establishment where it really matters?
And it needs to in two very different places. For you and me, serious supercar drivers that we are, the R8 really does have to measure up behind the wheel. And the 420 brake horsepower V8 from the RS4 is an engine to die for. This deep bellowing roar turning to a hard-edge race car feel when you let it go. And the engine seems to have so little flywheel effect. It responds to the throttle instantly, surging through the gear so quickly you barely have time to grab the next one.
Set the R8 up on a fast, winding road and you quickly realise that Audi has done its homework. There's a hunkered down feel to the four-wheel drive quattro chassis, especially when you go for the optional magnetic ride adaptive suspension, which combines immense security with impressive ride characteristics. And while the steering and poise might not quite match that of the 911, it's close enough. Ceramic brakes are an option, but save yourself the money, the regular set are just fine. But to succeed properly, the R8 also needs visual impact, and it has no shortage of that. There can be no argument that the R8 is a dramatic piece of kit. From the rear it appears wider and more purposeful than any car since the Ferrari Testarossa. From the front, the multiple LED lights have dramatic effect, especially in the rear view mirror. The R8 is perhaps least impressive when viewed directly from the side, where the cabin looks a touch too tall, and those contrasting side blades behind the doors may well be the feature which dates it first of all.
The interior lacks a bit of supercar drama as well, though you'll probably forgive Audi that, for they know better than most how to build a car that's easy to live with. You could jump in this R8 and drive from London to Nice and get out fresh as a daisy. There's the typical Audi mega powerful air conditioning system and a great Bang & Olufsen stereo. Though that's on the options list like rather a lot of things. Don't even get sat-nav as standard, so you need to reckon on spending at least 10k to get the R8 up to scratch. Even this nice carbon fibre trim which runs around here, and here, and here alone costs £3,150.
But it's Ruby. Even tall people will fit in, and tell that to a Lamborghini driver. But you could still have an issue with luggage space. Audi's contention that there's room for 2 sets of golf clubs behind the front seats is sheer fantasy. And under the front bonnet, it's strictly a couple of squashy bags. Still, let's not get too carried away with practicalities. There's masses to admire about the R8. The appearance is stunning in a very Audi, very high-tech kind of way. It drives superbly too, living up to the promise of the visual impression in every way. And, like the Porsche 911, the R8 is an everyday supercar. Rare praise indeed. The good points? Well, there's an extraordinarily accomplished chassis, that wonderful sounding V8, and it's far from intimidating to drive. On the negative side, well, it lacks the rear seats of the 911, the Audi pedigree is still not quite at the supercar level, and there is limited luggage space.